They like trap music, but that's not me. They like pop music, but that's not me. I'm the baby face that will put you in your place, set you up, take it safe, then vanish without a trace. They like Balenciaga, but that's not me. They like Dolce Gabbana, but that's not me. I'm the baby face that will put you in your place, take your girl to your face.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros are comments made by Stephen A. Smith. If you don't know Stephen A. Smith, he's a popular sports analyst in the United States of America who is employed by ESPN. Here's what he had to say. Take a listen.
Should Fury Joshua be the biggest matchup in all of combat sports?
Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Absolutely not. I like the fight. It's a big fight. I appreciate it because I think Anthony Joshua can box and punch, and we all know Fury is the best boxer in the heavyweight division. I don't think there's any debate that. He's the best boxer in the heavyweight division, but I question his punching power. Yeah, you can beat up people when you're 40 pounds heavier than them. That wouldn't be the case with Anthony Joshua, even though I question his chin, but we shall see. The fight that everybody should want is Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence.
Preach.
Period. That is the fight everyone should want. That is the number one desirable fight in all of combat sports. There is no other fight that anyone should want more than Terrence Crawford. And the only reason the momentum for that has died down, Max, is because Errol Spence got in that nasty car crash. So even though he came back to the ring, we needed to see that because he could have died.
All right, we're going to stop Stephen A. But Stephen A. says that Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury is not the biggest fight in combat sports. That is actually Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. Trill Dollar Bill. Do you agree with Stephen A. Smith?
Yo, Trill, you gotta hold it down for the little guys, man. Stephen A. need your help. You know what I mean?
Gee, let me hold this. Stephen A. I like him. I like Stephen A. But dude, you out of touch with what's going on. I don't know, when was this interview he did? Like, because he's
March 16th.
He's definitely needs to get in tune for what's going on. The two guys that you think is saying that everybody wants to fight don't even want to fight each other. They're not even girls. TC last night, he was like, that's in the past. He's going, listen, I have this feeling TC might go fight the kid Brian, who won that WBO 154 belt. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that TC thinking that way. These guys ain't even talking about each other. The biggest fight is with the biggest guys, the heavyweight guys. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest fight. You think that these guys would get the money that they throwing at these these guys? Of course, I wish he was with one of these little guys. I wish one of my little guys get some of this bread, this big money. But it's not, because it's not the big fight. This is not the fight that people want to see. They want to see the big guys go in there for undisputed. Listen, I would want it. Listen, I would rather it be somebody from 160 down getting the love. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. This is the big guy. Listen, I'm excited to see this fight. I want to see Tyson Fury and AJ get it on more than I want to see Earl and TC get it on. You know, this is exciting. This is more exciting to me. This is, you don't know if one of these big guys is going to knock one of each other out. You know what I'm saying? I know that fight with TC and Earl is going to eventually happen, probably at 154, but that's going to be a chess match, going to be 12 rounds. This is the heavyweight division. You never know. And that's why the heavyweight division has always been exciting. All that apart, Stephen A. Smith, man, I know you're fanboying for the fight, but you're just out of the loop, out of touch of what's really going on in the sport of boxing. How you going to champ for a fight that the fighters ain't even champing for? At least these two guys want to get it on. They saying, hey, this is what's going to happen. These guys, you ask them, they avoid the question. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's one of their exes or something. Like, they, you know what I'm saying? Like, you bringing up a girl around their main one. You know what I'm saying? Like, who? I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know. Get in touch. Get in touch with reality, man. It's not what it is. That's how I feel. Stephen A. Smith, man. I don't know. The big fight that needs to be made is gonna be made, and that's gonna be Tyson Fury and AJ. Number 2, if it could happen, maybe Earl and TC.
All right, Conspiracy.
Man, listen, I don't even care about the fights. Look at how this dude was actually talking. My man sounded like a caricature. He was just I'm like, fam. Like, yo, hell to the no. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, he's doing the most, man. Like, I'm like, come on, man. Stephen A was wilding, man. I don't know what he be on, man. Like, he be on the Netables, man. You know what I mean? So
he be on that Joseph Parker.
He on that Joseph Parker?
That JP pack.
He on a combination. You know what I mean? The Netables with the JB pack. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know the saying, men lie, women lie, numbers don't, right? Clearly we know what everybody wants to see, because hence the world is going to pay. That's why, you know, Dubai or whoever is going to pay top dollar to see Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? So obviously that's what we want to see, right? However, I will say this though. I do want to see the Spence versus TC fight. You know, so then now I'm getting my little conspiracy bag. I think Stephen A had to say that. ESPN told him, like, yo, bro, listen, we need you to big up TC. It's kind of dead right now. You know, Fury's taking all of the spotlight. I need you to plug in TC somehow. He said, I got you. You know what I mean? So, so yeah, you know, he just had to keep TC in the streets, you know. So they're like, damn, man, Tyson Fury's taking all the airtime, man. We gotta bless the little guys. So I think that's what it was, man. But you know, Stephen A, man, I like you though. I really do. You funny. And that is an example of how funny you are. You were trying to sound serious, but you made me laugh. With your hell to the no. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing your thing, man. And stay away from the Netables.
All right, Netable. I mean, TVE.
Watch your mouth, Caden. It's the general.
My bad.
Man, listen. Stephen A, over the years of watching ESPN, Stephen A has had so many moments where you'd be like, so many questionable moments as an analyst. You'd be like, wow, how does this man keep his job? He says this 1 week, and then he backtracks next week. I swear, as soon as AJ and Fury fight, he's gonna forget this moment happened. He's gonna, this is the biggest fight ever. Everybody has to tune in. I swear.
You tell me you never seen a fight better than this one. This fight was the real fight.
That's how he moves. That's how he operates, man. And his style is different. I swear, Stephen A, you're hilarious. I tune in just for your commentary, but like what you just said was outrageous and outlandish and a little off, like crazy-ish. Like I don't know, man.
A little nettish, you know.
You gotta be held accountable. All right,
a little nettish, right?
I'll say this. He pulled a gray hoodie net right there. He literally just came out and said, Pacquiao punching powers of 50. You gotta stop it, Stephen A. You gotta sometimes hold on to your yourself and your integrity and speak the real sometimes. But it was funny at the most. We know it's not true, but it's hilarious.
Yo, this is just getting sad, bro. This is getting sad on a number of levels. Hold on, I gotta rewind this because I want you to hear it. Not only is Stephen A just like shilling for ESPN, and it's like completely obvious for like what G is pointing out, like he probably had to big up Terrence Crawford, the ESPN fighter, who the people he's fighting is not getting the fans excited, so they have to create this buzz by throwing him in something like the biggest fight in combat sports and hyping him up. So not just Stephen A. Smith's over exaggeration, his animation for being extremely animated, to mention Terrence Crawford, but the terrible attempt at being hit by Max Kellerman when he says like preach. Like hold on. I gotta play that again.
I know. I was like, facts.
You just gotta hit. It just seems like so like bad and like just terrible and just like disingenuous. Hold on.
That is the #1 desirable thing. Preach. Period. Everybody should want.
Rich.
Versus Errol Spence.
Rich.
like he was just speaking gospel.
Preach.
Max Kellerman, you're supposed to be the guy who knows boxing. If you watch ESPN and Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman go at it, Stephen A. Smith tells Max Kellerman he shouldn't be allowed to talk about basketball because his basketball knowledge is just so terrible, right? Now you got Stephen A. Smith, who knows nothing about boxing, talking all this nonsense about Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury is not the biggest fight in combat sports. Although, like everyone pointed out, the money, the fanfare, everything would suggest otherwise, right? Oh no, he dismisses Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury and says no, but the biggest fight is Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. And then Max goes, preach. Bro, you supposed to know boxing. So you know that fight's not even in the stratosphere. You know that fight's not even within arm's distance of Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. So you say preach to that. And then it just makes me look at both of you like, how obvious could it be that you're shilling? How obvious could it be that you're trying to prop up your fighter? And like, that's the problem with the people who represent on the networks. That's why channels like ours exist, because the people are tired of hearing everyone fanboying and doing it up. They want to hear people come with the uncut real.
Preach.
Right? So is Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. a big fight? Absolutely. Did it have the potential to rival Anthony Joshua and a Tyson Fury? Maybe. I said the potential.
Nah.
It had the potential, but they didn't do the right thing. Instead of acting and saying like they wanted to fight each other, they didn't do it. Right? Instead of Terrence Crawford fighting some of the guys he fought, he could have fought other guys that would have generated interest. Right. But when you mention that, it's like you're hating. When you mention that, it's like the reason why Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua is a big fight is because Anthony Joshua took out other champions and beat the biggest names in his division, and Tyson Fury did the same. That Tyson Fury slayed the guy that was Deontay Wilder, the hardest puncher in boxing history, high KO ratio, 10 fight rating champion. Tyson Fury came and did that. And before he did that, he took out Klitschko, the 10-year reigning champ. So Tyson Fury has earned his status. Same with Joshua. You look at Errol Spence and you look at Terrence Crawford, and it's like, yeah, we desire that fight. Y'all won't even mention each other. Y'all won't even, we see y'all stunting for the gram. We see y'all flexing, but we don't see nothing that shows that either one of you are really seriously trying to make this fight happen. So is it a fight that I want to see? Yes. Is it a fight fans want to see? Yes. But to compare it to Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua is just obvious that you're trying to prop up Terrence Crawford. And again, it's like, you don't blame Terrence for that. He has nothing to do with it. It's more about ESPN, their presentation, but it's also part of the reason why, like, because you know what? There is going to be someone who doesn't know that much about boxing. There's going to be someone who doesn't follow the sport the way that, like, say, we do, or the way that diehards do. And they hear Stephen A. say that. And when they go in the office and someone's like, oh, man, can you believe they made Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua? That's the biggest fight in recent memory. Someone's going to be like, oh, no, I'm telling you, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, that's the fight. And everyone in the office is going to be like, this clown. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just stop spreading the poison. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, hands down the biggest fight that could be made at this point in time.
Preach. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter, and please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. Don't forget, let us know how you feel in the comment section. It's the Boxing Bros.
You know, Max ain't never been to an AME church.
Facts.
Preach.
You're welcome. You're all welcome.